Mike and Kelsey from Sweetbriar Farm. Just going to give you a kind of an overview of our plans for 2022. Things that are going to be happening on the farm, hopefully. Our number one priority this year will be to get water back here. That'll be top priority for the winter, because right now we have a 300-gallon water tank that we fill, that we're keeping in the greenhouse, which is actually working pretty good. But we have to fill it every couple days, and then we bucket water over to the pigs. But that's top priority. And our big list hopeful is to put up a pavilion type barn here. Build it as big as possible for storing hay and equipment, and then having some farrowing pens for the pigs with a cement slab, so hopefully the sows will be less likely to crush any piglets, and then just have it a little bit more secure and warm for them if we farrow in the cold weather.
It'd be nice to have a space too where we can separate the cows if we ever need to. Put a mom and calf together somewhere.
Right. And then, assuming we have a high survival rate of the bees, we're hopefully going to be downsizing the bees to half of the population. I think we ended the season with about 30 hives. So I want to be down to 10 to 15 would be ideal, because working bees has turned into probably the biggest job on the farm. It's no longer fun. Sure.
So we've decided with our Dexter herd, we want to change our genetics a little bit to reflect our goals. So when we started, we were all excited about Dexter beef, which we're still excited about Dexter beef. But we've also been finding more about, as we learn more about Dexters and their genetics and milking, we want to breed Dexters that are more, better suited to be dual purpose animals. So Jolene, here's our new calf we added this year. Jolene is homozygous for the polled allele, so no matter who she gets bred to, her calves will be polled. And she is also homozygous for A2 milk proteins, which are more desirable for milking. So Jolene still has the genetics for excellent Dexter beef, but she also has the benefit of not having to disbutt her calves, and she comes from lines that have been selected for more balanced udders and milk production. So with that in mind, we are trading out our bulls. Our current bull, Killian, has been a good bull for us, but he is horned and he has A1, A2, and he comes from more beef lines, which are still valuable, but not really in line with our goals. We want to produce breeding stock. So we're bringing a new bull to the farm in March who has genetics to match Jolene's. So also in 2022, one of our goals is to close the goat herd. In a few months, Aries here is going to go back home, and we're going to bring home an unrelated buckling from his farm, who will be our Nubian herd sire. And we're also getting 2 other bucklings this year. We'll get a Nigerian dwarf buckling and a feigning buckling also. So we'll be able to just stop adding and bringing new goats onto the farm and enjoy seeing what we can create here.
Which is important for biosecurity, and we'll have a video talking about different tests that we do for our goats to ensure that they are disease-free when we bring them home onto our farm.
Yes, and disease-free when they leave our farm to go join yours. We've also added this year a new line of feigning goats. So now we'll have 4 feigning goats we can breed, and we'll be bringing home a fancy little buck to breed to these ladies late next year when they're ready.
And these are registered feigning goats, and they're supposed to be silkies, but
they're just very small feigning goats.
But silky?
Yep. No, mini silkies have long coats of hair that hang down below their bellies. These guys will not.
So who's that? That one's Ruby Sue?
Yep, Ruby Sue's the gray. This one's Ellen. Ellen has blue eyes, so she'll be our first blue-eyed goat on the farm. Oh, and here's Margot. Margot's polled. She's our first polled goat.
And these were all named after characters from Christmas Vacation, since these were the kids' Christmas gift. And we like Christmas Vacation.
Alright, so we wanted to give you guys a clue on our breeding plans for the goats. Starla here, the black and white mini Nubian, she's bred to a fancy purebred mini Nubian. We're expecting kids from all our does that are bred in April. Karen here, our feigning doe, she's been bred to a Nigerian dwarf buck, so she should have some really cool mini feiner crosses. Nellie, we're hoping will put on some weight and be able to go visit Aries. She really wants to. But we'll have to see. She might have to wait until next year to breed. Little girl here, Holly, she's too young to breed for this season, but she should be big enough next fall. So she'll go in with the new buck we bring home. And then Phyllis, she's our Nigerian dwarf. She's been bred to Elvis, one of our friends' fancy Nigerian dwarf bucks. So we're really excited to see Nigerian dwarf kids born on the farm this year.
And we'll do a Nigerian dwarf profile video here in the coming weeks.
Yes.
But also in 2022, we're going to extend this goat area, probably put in some type of door here, and then build a structure off the back of this barn to house some more of these goats. This was originally supposed to be a kidding area with a couple pens here, which still will be, but we have these girls locked up so Aries doesn't get to them through the fence or anything like that right now.
One more thing we're hoping to accomplish in 2022 is getting our MEEP certification. So MEEP is a Michigan Agricultural Environmental Protection Program, and it's a program through the state that helps farmers find ways to do what they're doing in ways that are more environmentally friendly, so we can be stewards of the environment. And we're working on getting that for our cropping, for livestock, and I think for the farmstead also. We should be able to get all three certifications done. So it's taken a while because we need to see how the land responds to the way that we're farming, but we've been working with them, and it's been a really positive process so far, and we're excited to get that sign in the front yard this year saying we've been environmentally verified.
And part of that process is moving the animals off of this hill, mainly the cows. The goats don't cause much problems with the land here, but it's this area over here on the bottom of this hill, or the side of the hill, where the cows kind of trampled it when it got wet. And part of the program is not to have any sign of runoff into a water system, which we unfortunately have this small little swamp drainage creek that goes through our property. So the cows will be off of this hill shortly, and then I'm going to reseed the side of the hill, and basically it'll be used as a occasional grazing for the cows. But yeah, we'll probably put most of the buck goats in this area here this beginning of this spring, or whenever they arrive to the farm. So
one other thing we wanted to mention that we're really excited about for 2022 is offering more milk herd shares. We're offering shares from Greta, our Jersey cow, and from our goats. We'll have Nubian, maybe mini Nubian, and Nigerian dwarf milk available this summer. And herd shares are the way to do that. So in Michigan, you'd become like a partial owner of one of the animals on our farm. And so you'd pay us for your share of the animal's care and upkeep, and then you're also entitled to your share of their milk. So we'll have more to come on that as it gets closer. But I think everyone's expected to calve and kid in April. So hopefully by May, we'll have herd shares available. We're also excited to start breeding registered Berkshire pigs, and our Kune gilts will be old enough to breed towards the end of 2022. Our Berks will have our first litter probably in June or July. We'll have litters of our other heritage piglets from our Tamworth boar. Those will be ready for new homes in probably May. And then we'll be able to breed our Kunis in August. So hopefully before the end of 2022, we'll have our first Kune piglets on the farm. And also very soon, within the next month or so, we're gonna be putting Rosie, our Idaho pasture pig gilt, in the boar pen with Roland, our Kune boar. So we should have some neat little Kune Idaho pasture pig cross piglets in early summer. We'll be really excited to see what those guys look like.
So if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and hit that like button.